July 10th, 2026, 8:27 in the evening. Bridge Bay Campground, Yellowstone National Park. A bull bison is rolling in the dirt in the middle of a packed campground. Dozens of people are nearby. Some are watching from a distance. Some are going about their evening, cooking dinner, setting up tents. And right there in the footage, clearly visible in the background, Carl Isom-McDaniel and his grandson are doing exactly what any tourist does when they see a massive bison lying calmly on the ground 30 feet from a campsite. They are photographing it. That is the moment the footage opens on. A calm animal, people at a safe distance, nobody doing anything wrong. 14 seconds later, everything changes. The person filming is Mike MacLeod, a professional photographer from Bozeman, Montana, former combat photographer with the 82nd Airborne Division, deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan, master's degree in wildlife biology. When his wife spotted the bull entering the campground, MacLeod grabbed his camera and started rolling. Something in the animal's body language told him to keep filming. He was right. The bison is in the middle of the annual rut. From June through September, testosterone floods the system of every mature bull bison in Yellowstone. They fight for dominance. They compete for females. Their tolerance for anything around them collapses. And the behavior they display right before things go wrong has a very specific look. Head low, body stiff, wallowing in the dirt to spread their scent. That is exactly what this bull is doing. To someone who does not know what to look for, it looks like a large animal having a rest. To MacLeod, it reads as a warning. Then the bull gets up. No gradual build, no visible trigger. 1 second it is on the ground. The next it is on its feet and already moving with aggression. It goes straight for the nearest campsite. It plows through the camp area, tearing through the space, scattering gear. Campers scramble to get out of the way. Then it locks onto the white pickup truck driving through the campground. The bull charges the truck at full speed. A mature bison runs at 35 miles per hour. The truck keeps moving and the driver does not stop. The bull slams into the vehicle, bounces off it, and the truck drives clear. For 1 second, the bull is standing in the middle of the campground road with nothing directly in front of it.
Everyone, there's a bison! Look out, a bison!
That is when it finds Carl. Carl Isom-McDaniel is 65 years old, community leader from Whatcom County, Washington, board member with the Foothills Community Alliance and the Columbia Valley Water and Parks districts. He and his grandson are still in the same spot where the footage first showed them, photographing what had, until 30 seconds ago, been a calm bison rolling in the dirt. They have not moved toward the animal. They have not approached it. They are standing at a safe distance doing exactly what millions of Yellowstone visitors do every summer. The bull charges them. Carl grabs his grandson and they run. They get behind a cluster of pine trees and try to use the trunks as cover, keeping something solid between themselves and the animal. It is the right move. It buys them seconds, not enough seconds. The bull enters the tree line without slowing down. It weighs up to 2,000 pounds and is moving at sprint speed. It tears through a group of saplings, snapping them clean. Carl moves to the far side of a larger trunk. The bull comes around it. Carl tries to keep the tree between them. The bull cuts him off. It catches him with its left horn directly on the hip. The impact throws Carl Isom-McDaniel 8 feet into the air. His body goes completely inverted. He completes a full rotation before he lands hard on his side on the ground. MacLeod, who has documented close-quarters combat and seen what violent force does to a human body, says he has never seen anything like that moment. The grandson escapes. Nobody knows exactly where he goes in those final seconds, but he gets clear of the animal and is unharmed. The bull does not leave. It stands directly over Carl, who is flat on the ground, and pumps its head up and down in short, aggressive bursts. This is the most dangerous moment of the entire sequence. The animal is not done. Its attention is still on the person beneath it. Anyone who ran in immediately would have been the next target. MacLeod stops filming and makes a decision. He runs straight at the bull, arms above his head, yelling at full volume, jumping to look as large as possible. Several other men in the campground immediately fall in behind him. Together they drive the bull off. It leaves the area. When they reach Carl, he is conscious and talking. MacLeod later says he is joking despite clearly being in severe pain. Park EMS arrives quickly, transports him to a nearby hospital. His injuries include multiple broken bones in the leg, including the femur. He undergoes surgery 2 days later. His family confirms he is expected to make a full recovery, though the road back is long. The footage goes up online just after midnight. The clip shared to X reaches 53 million views in 2 days. The Cowboy State daily YouTube upload crosses 900,000 views in the same window. CNN, ABC, NBC, The New York Times, and The Guardian all run it. But here's what the footage actually shows that most of the coverage glosses over. Isom-McDaniel was not a reckless tourist. He was not taking a selfie at close range. He was standing at a safe distance, photographing what appeared to be a calm, resting animal. He watched it roll in the dirt. He took his phone out, and in the space of about 30 seconds, that animal got up, destroyed a campsite, charged a truck, and put him in surgery. MacLeod, with all his wildlife training, says he cannot explain why the bull targeted Carl specifically over everyone else in that campground. There were so many people around, he says. Most of them were closer to the bison than Carl was. It was really weird. Why did it pick those two? The answer is the rut. During peak rutting season, a bull bison does not operate on predictable logic. It is running on hormones and aggression, and it picks targets in ways that do not follow the rules visitors are given at the park gate. The 25-yard minimum is a floor. On July 10, 2026, a floor was not enough. This is Yellowstone's second bison incident of 2026. The first occurred June 26th, when a 12-year-old was injured near Mud Volcano north of Fishing Bridge. The child's injury details were not released by the park. Carl's case is the most recent in a pattern that repeats every single rut season at Yellowstone. May 30th, 2022, Black Sand Basin, just north of Old Faithful. A 25-year-old woman from Grove City, Ohio, approached a bison to within 10 feet on a boardwalk. The bison gored her and threw her 10 feet into the air. She suffered a puncture wound and multiple injuries and was airlifted to Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center. NPS confirmed she had violated the 25-yard rule. 2 weeks later, June 2022, 2 more people were gored at Yellowstone within days of each other. Both had gotten too close. 3 bison gorings in 1 month at one park, 2023. A woman inside Yellowstone was attacked by a bison and airlifted to hospital with spinal fractures, 2 collapsed lungs, and extensive bruising across her body. She spent weeks recovering. Officials confirmed she had approached the animal. Her name was not publicly released. May 2025. A man from New Jersey was gored near Old Faithful and treated for injuries. NPS confirmed he had moved too close for a photograph. June 2025, 1 month later. A man from Florida was gored in the Lake Village area of Yellowstone. Same situation, had approached the bison, was gored, treated, and released. Outside Yellowstone entirely. In 2022, Rebecca Clark was visiting Caprock Canyon State Park in Texas when she approached a bison and the animal turned on her immediately. She filmed the attack herself. She can be heard screaming in the footage. She spent 6 days in hospital. The clip reached 2.9 million views on TikTok. In her own caption, Clark admitted she had gotten too close. Every single one of those cases had the same lesson attached. The victim approached the animal. They crossed the line. They made the mistake. Isom-McDaniel did not. That is what separates the July 10th footage from everything else in this list. It removes the comfort of the lesson. You cannot watch that footage and say, well, I would never do that. Carl did not do anything. He stood at a safe distance and took a photograph of a bison that was lying calmly on the ground, and 30 seconds later he was in the air. Bison injure more visitors in Yellowstone than any other animal in the park. More than grizzly bears, more than wolves, more than elk. Between 3,500 and 6,000 of them roam freely through the park during summer, which runs exactly when the rut is at its most dangerous, and exactly when tourist numbers are at their peak. MacLeod said it directly, say, wildlife is dangerous. The park says it all the time. They were doing everything right, it's just bad luck. Carl Isom-McDaniel is expected to recover. He is going to spend a long time doing it.